Hi everyone, this is Ben, and we are back to our videos and interviews with May. Again, she is an amazing person who was able to graciously show her presence on my channel, and I'm just going to dive right into it.
Hmm.
However, I felt extremely bad about the environment that I was growing up in because I knew I was never going to be accepted. I was always going to face this kind of just very, microaggressions or some different things that would make me feel very unwelcome. So I really wanted to move. Like ever since I was a little kid, I would tell my parents I wanted to live in San Francisco. And it's because I knew there was a lot of Chinese people in San Francisco. And I just didn't, I just wanted to feel that sense of community. Um, and I just always sought it out in so many different ways, like in media, online. But because of where I live, just didn't have access to the resources or that kind of community until college. But in general, it was a positive experience, but it was more so one-off events of okay, we're going to Chinese culture camp. It's cool that you're Chinese.
Hmm.
It's Lunar New Year. Okay, it's cool that you're Chinese. But it was never just you're like you're Chinese every day, not just during this week in the summer or during
Yeah.
this time period, like in the spring or something. So when I got a lot more involved with Asian American identity based groups and like Asian American activism, there was I think more pushback from my especially my extended family. And I think it's because I wasn't being Asian in quote the way they wanted me to be, or like in a more palatable way to white people, or being Asian in a way that conflicted with how they viewed me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was there were growing pains, and it was very interesting because they're like, oh, like you're so Asian now, May. But I'm like, I've always been Asian. Like so just like those weird things like that, or kind of treating it as like, oh, it's like a phase or something. But I'm like, I've always enjoyed this. I just never shared it with you or had the resources or opportunities to like, engage with this kind of community.
Right. I like when it comes to connecting with people, and some of the things that you brought up about trying to connect with the Asian American communities, but then also like going to San Francisco where there is a larger populace of um Chinese people, Asian people. I kind of like grew up where I knew I'm not white. I'm not going to fit in with the white kids. And in Chicago, it was great because there were a lot of other people that were there,
Hmm.
but I'm also not black. So I can't necessarily 100% connect with them. While there were definitely more opportunities for comparing some of the adversities, my best
Hmm.
friend and we did that throughout college, and that was how we really bonded to being like brothers. And going back to China, it was really, really weird because people had the perception that I could speak Chinese and stuff like that. But then as soon as they found out that I was American, they kind of like switched their stances and treated me a little bit different. I was a foreigner. And so for me, in terms of relating it back to my ability to connect with others, I had a hard time with connectivity. Had a hard time emotionally being able to connect with other people. Philosophically, I just have very, very different ideas of um, how life works and how things should play out. And so, in those regards, I know that I was different from how people would view things. Even like my viewpoint of friendship is very, very extreme. And I've said it several times where like friendship is the highest level form of loyalty and caring about each other and supporting each other. And most people view friendship as um, and whether or not this is necessarily true, it's just how I view it. I see most people viewing friendship as like a commodity where you have friends, but it's not like something that um, is going to be forever, nor is it going to always have that same level of importance and care. Um, so for me, it was just like much harder to connect with people.
I hope you guys like the video with me, and yeah, like I said in the beginning in the intro, that's gonna be the second to last video, and we have one more. Additionally, we do have a couple other guests who are going to be coming on, and I'm really excited to interview with them. And I really hope that if these interviews do help out with you guys in terms of being able to foresee some of the resources that I'm providing and seeing the value that I am providing in these videos for prospective adoptive parents, and then for the adoptees yourself. If you guys like it, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.